Welcome back everyone, this is MandoAllDay, back with another video, and in this video, I'll be doing an overview of The Joker Volume 3 hardcover. I'll be talking about a little bit of the story, the art, and of course, everything worth your purchase or not. Before we get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button to not support channel, but to keep up to date and watch videos like this. So, let's take a look at front of the dust jacket, the spine, you can see the number 3, the back, and I'll do a full spread image. Alright, let's take a look at front of the book. The spine, the back, and I'll do a full spread image on there as well too. Alright, which I really like to start. So let's take a look at what's inside. So before I get started, I will be talking about Volume 2 and how it ends, because I have to in order for me to kind of explain this volume or this story. So if you don't like spoilers, you might want to skip ahead maybe like 2 minutes or so, maybe less than that. But just letting you know that I will be talking about how Volume 2 ends. So, you've been warned. So, here we go. So, how Volume 2 ends, it ends with James Gordon and Vengeance. Vengeance is essentially She-Bin, as I call her. They meet up and they actually decide to work together and actually go to a location where Joker is actually hiding and located at. While there, they actually find out and determine that the location they're at is the actual laboratory for the network, where they actually create and duplicate all these people using various villains and heroes' DNA. While there, a member of the Samson family interrupts them, kidnap Joker, and stab Jim Gordon in the chest, and the book ends there. So Volume 3 starts off with just that Jim Gordon wakes up and he notices that he's back in Gotham, and Batgirl Barbara Gordon is kind of helping him out, telling him everything's gonna be fine. But more importantly, she is telling him, hey, don't worry about, Joker, I'll have to take care of it. I have a plan. So again, you're perfectly fine. And what Barbara Gordon is going to do is she's actually going to talk to Cressida. If you don't know who Cressida is the actual person who hired Jim Gordon in the first place. So she's going to talk to Cressida and essentially take over on behalf of Jim Gordon. So the story progresses. I won't say too much, but the story progresses, and Jim Gordon finds out that, wait a minute, something is off. And he looks at the big picture of everything, of all these different individuals, all these people in motion, and he sees the bigger picture. And he realizes he has to get involved because, I can't say because I'll spoil it, but essentially he has to get involved and he has to go back and he has to go to Texas, where Joker's at with the Samson family before he gets killed and eaten up. And that's what the book is about. Again, I doing an overview, don't want to say too much, I'll spoil it. So, with that said, I like the story. I really did like the story. It ended off very well. I say ended off because this is the final book. This is it in terms of the Joker with James Tynion, from my understanding. That's what it says in the back. But this is the final story, or volume I should say. And I like it. I like where it went. There is some twists and turns towards the end. But for the most part, I really like the story, because it does answer a lot of questions in terms of Vengeance. Her background, her motivation, Cressida, her background, her motivation, which is very important. The Samson family, their background and motivation. Volume 2 kind of explains who they are. Volume 3 really goes into further detail, their motivation. You really understand it, and you understand why they want to get Joker in terms of the Samson family. Also, why Cressida wants to get Joker, and of course, Vengeance. There's some twists and turns to the end, which I'm not going to talk about because I'll spoil it. But I really dig it. I really like the story. Now, if this is a 10 out of 10 type of story, no. I'll be honest with you, it's not. It's not bad or anything. This is good. This is one of those, like, 7 out of 10 or 8 out of 10 kind of movies where if you just want to go into it, have a good, good time just reading a story, this is it, man. And I really dig it. I really like the story. Very similar to the other ones where you see the perspective of Jim Gordon, how he kind of becomes a detective in terms of how he analyzes things, how he puts pieces together. And I actually like that, because at one point in the story, he's kind of like relaxed, mellowed out a little bit, but he starts thinking about it. He's like, wait a minute, why is this person involved? Why is this person involved? And he starts connecting the dots. And then when he realizes the bigger picture, he obviously, like I said, he gets involved. But I like that. I like seeing him being a detective, because usually you see him, Jim Gordon, he's shooting enemies, or he's just talking to Batman, and every now and then some other things, but that's pretty much it. But this one, though, you really see him think and be a detective and see why he is who he is, And I don't want to say too much because I'll spoil it, like I said, but I really like that. And I like just seeing Jim Gordon, like I said, becoming a detective, getting involved, putting the pieces together, getting a group or band together and go out and do what he has to do. Again, I'm sorry, I don't want to say too much 'cause I'll spoil it because this is an overview. But overall, though, did I have a good time? Definitely, man. This is a little fun read. I liked it. I liked the twists and turns, as I mentioned. Now, the ending, I like the ending, but I don't like the ending because it was predictable. I can't say too much 'cause I'll spoil it, but I'll say this. In terms of the ending for the main plot, it's predictable. Like, at one point, I'm like, okay, this is what's going to happen, and it happened. But, I mean, it's inevitable because I can't say too much, but it is what it is. But the other subplots, the other twists towards the end, I was like, okay, I like this. I like where they're going with this. They're going to twist it here and there. I dig it. I want to see where this turns out. So overall, in terms of the conclusion of the story as a whole, what do I think about it? I liked it, man. I think this is a fun read. Do you need to have prior knowledge in terms of reading this whole entire story of Joker? Sort of. I mean, is it required? No. Is it necessary? Not really. Because throughout volume 1, 2, and 3, they do kind of hint what happened in the past, what kind of kicked this off a little bit. But volume 3 definitely answers a lot of questions. So if you're a person who needs to know exactly what exactly happened in the past, like down to the T, yeah, you may not want to read this just yet. Maybe read other stories lead up to this. But if you're more of like, you know what, I'm okay. I don't have to know exactly everything what happened in the past. Just give me the gist of it. You're perfectly fine. Because I started off reading Joker Volume 1. Understood what was going on. I was a bit lost in moments, but they explained it throughout the book. Volume 2 was fine. And of course, Volume 3 answers a lot of questions. So overall, what do I give it? I give it a thumbs up, thumbs down. To me, Joker Volume 3 and the whole series, easily thumbs up, man. I had a good time with this. And I think people that are going to it with open mind and just set your expectations accordingly with like between 7 or 8 or 10, you're going to have a good time. So to me, Joker Volume 3 and of course the whole series as a whole, thumbs up for me. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys agree with me this book? Do you plan on reading this book? Leave it in the comment section below. As always, make sure you hit the subscribe button, turn on the support channel, but to keep up to date and watch videos like this. That concludes an overview of the Joker Volume 3 hardcover, the conclusion of the Joker story, and on to the next one.